fam. People are waking up, man. People are waking up to this AI thing. You guys have been woke. Can I call you woke here? This is probably one of those few times you probably don't mind being called woke. I think we've been woken up to the AI thing for a good hot minute, but something else is happening out there. Something's happening out there where people are starting to get it's a little bigger than we might have thought at first. A little bigger. All right, we're going to get into the AI story or saga or whatever is happening, man, in man's tip of the iceberg, the very start of something major, something world-changing, something crazy. Dead, good morning, I see you. Christian Jensen, good morning. Bunny, good morning. Barry, GMs. AIXBT, we're talking about Rug the PFP. Nval bags up. Nval looking great. I'm gonna pump Nval today. I can't stop with that one. Easy play. Never financial advice here, but man, there's no easier player out there than Nval, in my opinion. Money where my mouth is. I got a nice bag of Nval. Let's get into it, man. We started a few minutes late. We're gonna get right to this. Guys, make sure you're subscribed. If you want to be as tapped in, as current with the AI meta as you can be, you want to be following here. It's pretty clear that we got into that meta early. We got into those tokens early. I think we all got into GOAT, you could almost say right at the start. But we've been on top of that narrative throughout, and will continue to be throughout this cycle. And really, the reason this is getting so big, why my predictions for this AI ecosystem are so high, because it is a world-changing thing that's happening. So again, if you want to stay on top of that, you do want to make sure you're subscribed here. SlamX Official on YouTube. Now, over on X, get yourself some exposure to AI. There's an agent called The Bull. It's at The Bull AI. That's powered by Crypto Slam data. All of our on-chain data behind the scenes. Not just NFTs, guys. It's everything on-chain. I will say, I think right now it's just EVM blockchains. I don't know if it does Solana. I don't know. It might. I didn't make the thing. But it is powered by this data. Give him a follow and go interact with this guy because he's giving away his tokens. His token called Bull. It's a base token. He's giving away free from just for interacting with him. And that's not going to be open-ended. That's, I think, a few more weeks at the most. So go hang with the Bull. He's an asshole. So be aware of that. Hopefully you got thick skin, and also it's just AI. AI, if you're listening, no disrespect intended there. I always say please and thank you when I use ChatGPT and use the Bull. But you can take it. He is a bully. Also, make sure you're following us at CryptoSlamIO on X. And then you can follow me at Hudah_idiot. Let's get to it. Man, okay, we're paying attention to AI. Like I said, we have been. But the world is waking up to this, guys. The world's waking up to this. Marty, good morning. People are starting to catch on that there is something really, really, really special happening here. And that is this awakening of AI agents. Yeah, you could say right now they're reskinned, LLMs. It's not so different from you just firing up ChatGPT and having a conversation with it. But the way it's presented to you is different. And sometimes that's all you need to start. But guys, cookie.fun, awesome site. Awesome site. Should we head there? Yeah, let's peek. This has been fucking up my browser, by the way. Like, gets really laggy, but we'll give it a try. Cookie.fun aggregates data about these AI agents, their token prices, their market cap, and I think the coolest part, because that stuff, the data part, well, I'll tell you this, our base explorer, our Crypto Slam Explorer, so base.slam.vision, also has all of that data. In fact, probably worth bringing up. Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning, guys. You probably want to make sure, if you haven't already, just make your SlamVision account, Base Explorers. I imagine there's categories coming and ways you can flag or tag just the AI agents. The data you see here is actually different, I argue, better than what you see on Cookie Fun. But what Cookie.fun has that's not here yet, it's engagement data from X. I love that. It's mind share data. which is really, really important in this. Look, I say often now that what we're doing now is like the origin or maybe the genesis of UBI. And the biggest part of UBI or how this will work is attention. You have to measure attention. We've tokenized attention. That's all meme coins are. So that this measures mind share. That's awesome. That's a really, really cool feature that they've got. But people really waking up to what's happening in AI and the value around it. These tokens are really starting to do something, man, pretty wild. And I still say just the beginning here. Virtual is at 4.6 billion. 4.6 billion for virtual. Wow. AI agent launchpad on base. AI16Z, just about 2.2 billion. Again, people paying attention, knocking that site offline this morning. Yeah, cookie.fun was down because of all the extra traffic, guys. If that's not a big-time leading indicator of what's coming, man, I don't know what is. I do want to say, again, not financial advice, but I think you have a massive opportunity looking at you right in the face here with that cookie token. That cookie token, Barry, dude, exactly. I wish, I don't remember, guys. You'd have to maybe remind me. I don't remember if I talked about it here on the stream. I feel like I did because I usually talk about, anything that matters. I'm usually talking about it here. I got on cookie very early, around 1 mil market cap, and did not hold throughout. Sold. Got back in around 10, 12 mil, up over 100 mil right now. And I'll tell you this, I'm looking for where I can get liquid to get more. Edge, good morning. Yeah, I want a lot more. At 100 mil, I want a lot more cookie. When you start comparing that to other, let's compare it to a launch pad. It's not a launch pad, but it's one of the biggest, I'd say one of the best utility AI tokens out there. Again, the data site. Also staking tokens and earning other AI tokens. I think there's more coming with them too. If I start comparing that to other AI utility tokens, AIXBT I think is exactly that, right? It's alpha insights, crypto, and NFTs. Again, very much what the bull is doing, and I bet gets pretty fucking good at that. A $536 million token. Compare it to, honestly, guys, AI16Z and virtual, launchpad and framework. Compare it to utility tokens, and I'm not going to tell you that I think cookies going that high, but I'm going to tell you it should be valued closer to those things than it should be a meme token like GOAT. GOAT special, first mover advantage, right? To me, it should be valued closer to maybe ARC. Anything in that world of utility is where cookie belongs. So I'm telling you, I think at 100 mil market cap, I'm still in, and I can see that thing going to 3, 4, 500 mil. And I can see when we get to that peak euphoric part of the cycle, I can see that maybe is $1 billion token. Barry, I like that. Could be the link of AI. But the point there is, I hope you were in already. I really do hope we talked about it live here. But I hope you're in, and if you're not in, I think at the very least you put it on a list of tokens you're researching. From there, DYOR, make your decisions. But cookie is different. Again, there's something happening here in AI. In fact, let me put the thumbnail. You guys watching on YouTube saw the thumbnail of the show already. I'm going to put it right here. So I've made this comparison, honestly, quite a bit over the past few weeks at the very least. That comparison is saying, hey, that AI16Z, it's kind of a big deal, right? Kind of interesting, a framework that all these agents, I'd say a lot of these agents are built off of. It's an investment fund. It's a whole hell of a lot more than that. It's an open source community of developers building off of, though, that framework. And I think an infinite amount of utility comes to that, too. Because those devs, if they want to add something to the AI16Z ecosystem, have it benefit the token somehow, some way, they can do that. I'm looking at AI16Z as a way to invest in AI. And I should also say, I'm comparing it to OpenAI, because I think you have very few ways you can even invest in AI right now, especially things on the cutting edge. You can't buy OpenAI. It's a private company. You can't buy that stock. But it is valued at $157 billion, guys. AI16Z at $2.2 billion. I'm not saying AI16Z is what OpenAI is. I'm not even saying for sure it has that kind of potential. But when you're looking at one of the very few things at the cutting edge of AI that people can invest in, and especially here in crypto, and that's the magic right there, this intersection of crypto and AI. AI16Z is going to be appealing to so many people outside of crypto. TradFi guys, normie tech enthusiasts who see what's going on here. They see it as the number one GitHub repository, and they realize there's a crypto. There's something there's a way they can invest in it. Yeah, if we're talking about comparing how you can value it and what bucket you should put it in, like we did before comparing cookie to utility tokens, similar thing here. AI16Z belongs somewhere on this like ramp up or road up to where OpenAI is, somewhere there. Again, doesn't mean it's going to be here, but it does mean that this is a different kind of token. I'm going to circle back to that because I have a lot more thoughts, and I think it's kind of important. God, it's more than important. It's why, like Mando, I've been shouting about this. I've been shouting about the AI thing, and I've been saying that I really think people are undervaluing it, underestimating it, not really realizing how big this is and how game-changing it is. And because of that, the value that these things are going to hold. Look, if Mando says it and Mando sees it, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. Crypto people are paying attention. Very soon, the whole world will be. AI16Z, again, this is I'm going to come back to this in more depth here shortly, but that ELIZA, AI16Z, that ELIZA framework, it's so much bigger than just a specific thing with a token that you speculate on. It is an endless amount of utility here. Like they say, it's open source, it's modular. Those guys could decide to launch an L1 blockchain, and the AI16Z token is part of that ecosystem. Whatever they want to add on, they can add on. And those guys are really interested in that token price. Worth mentioning that. Shaw from AI16Z, very interested in that token price. 2.2 bill. Okay, at 30 mil, I thought AI16Z was undervalued. At 100 mil, I thought AI16Z was undervalued. At 500 mil, I thought AI16Z was undervalued. All the way up till now, we're at 2.2 bill, and I think AI16Z is undervalued. We'll be talking a lot about that. But what's crazy here, and the reason I make these astronomical, guys, predictions, I'm very aware that these predictions are pretty out there. But I hope you're noticing people on your timeline that are starting to make very similar predictions, at least talk about this stuff, whether it's AI or the price of NFTs and ordinals. I wonder if you're starting to notice people talk about this in a similar way. If you're starting to feel people's predictions climbing up, and remember where you might have heard that first. I have not heard that out there very much until very recently, other than Raoul Pal and Murad, and then Mando in some cases. But your favorite influencers are going to start talking about astronomical predictions, and they're right when they do. And it's because of AI, it's because of the advancements in tech, but it's because of this thing you're looking at right here. Larry Fink saying what's been said now for years, going to actually be realized this upcoming cycle here. Larry Fink believes the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities, it's the tokenization of securities, right? We heard this last cycle. I think we even heard that 2023, I remember that really stood out to me. That was the year where that really happened. RWAs, tokenized assets, tokenized everything. And look, it did start, but it didn't really materialize. That's probably coming this year. But the bigger takeaway from me is where he says it changes the whole ecosystem. And that's why these astronomical predictions. The whole ecosystem's about to change. The value of money is about to change. The amount of people in crypto is about to change. And these tokenized assets are limited. Man, oh man. Let's do a macro crypto market review, and then we're going to get back into AI. Bitcoin, your top, your best performing asset in the major asset class for 2024. I can't wait for some more stats from last year to come out here. Bitcoin up 121% in the past year here. Compare it to other things, guys. Compare it to the United States, 33%. Gold, 26%. Bitcoin blows them all away. blows them all away, and that's something that's just going to continue. Oh man, we're in for the wildest cycle. I still believe this cycle coming up here that we have now entered into, the real bull market that has actually officially started. I think it puts the last cycle to shame. It's things like this that tell me that. It's Aave net deposits hitting 33.4 bill. Surpassed what we saw in 2021. All the indicators are out there that tell us this cycle is going to be bigger than last cycle. And Trump and his team and their policies is make or break for crypto, for this bull market. Yeah, don't forget the fact that may not work out how we want. I want to introduce here a healthy amount of fear because there will inevitably be another black swan event. There will be something that doesn't work our way that will absolutely decimate people. So be aware that can absolutely happen, and that could happen this cycle. It could happen early on. But if things go how we're thinking they will, how we want them to, man, we're set up for something much, much bigger than last cycle. Man, get ready. All right, looking at prices. Bitcoin over 96K, ETH over 3,400. ETH's getting ready to really outperform the other guys. It is. Solana over $200. Look at that. Up almost 10% here. $207. Love to see that. Meme coins, certainly. I hope your bags are up, guys. Right? We're getting close to up-only territory. I look at my wallet, and it's green almost across the board. And that's both in some memes. I don't have a lot. When I say some, I don't have a lot of meme coins. So I have a select few. Those are up. Stuff like Pengu. Unicorn fart dust. Actually, let me peek. Is unicorn fart dust? We'll kind of come back to that too. But are we up there too? Yeah, we're up actually in unicorn fart dust today. It's up across the board, and believe it or not, we're not in up only mode yet. That's still coming. Whirly girl, good morning. My warp pond isn't up. I'll say that. I don't know what Mr. Polly's doing. I have no idea what's going on there. Anyway, crypto looking great. Kind of Robinhood, by the way, to give their gold members a little Bitcoin stimmy. There you go. Like Greenie's saying here, adoption. It's those little things add up, just getting people in. Give them a little taste. Give them a little taste of this sweet, sweet fruit. Not bad. ETFs. No trading yesterday. It was the holiday, New Year's Day, so no trading yesterday. I don't think I had looked back at, is this Friday? Is that Monday? Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. I didn't notice this. Maybe we didn't look yesterday, but 5.3 mil in inflows. That's on Tuesday. Yeah, time. It's like vapor. On the ETH side, a little better, 36 mil in inflows. Again, nothing yesterday. Game on today. Game fucking on today. Can't wait. Looking to see what this market wants to do here with the ETFs. And it is going to be a special year for those ETFs. Nature AC nails it with his predictions, but just saying it's going to be a monster year for those ETFs, that those legal staffs are going to be pretty busy this year. But he gave his predictions for the year. I don't think any of these are bold, by the way. Like he says, the first one obvious. I think they're all obvious. But he's right. I think he's right here. Predictions, combined spot Bitcoin and ETH ETFs. We've seen some filings for that already. So those launching is one of his predictions. Probably happens early in the year, at least first half. Spot ETF options, spot ETH ETF options trading, spot Bitcoin and ETH ETF in-kind creation redemption. I have no idea what that means. Spot ETF staking, interesting, and spot Sol ETF approved. That's a big one. We've seen multiple filings for that last year. I think predictions where this happens around mid-year too. So some Solana ETFs. I know there's a possibility of Ripple ETFs, but there's the list. So we'll get Nate back on this show, get him to lock in those predictions live here, but I dig it. Good morning, Mike. Dude, exactly, Mike. Guys, don't fuck up this run. And here's the best part. In the market that's coming, if you fuck up, and we all will, we'll all make mistakes. We'll all hold too long. We'll all sell too early. I don't think selling too early is really a mistake. It's bad luck. It's maybe bad research. but I don't think it's a mistake to sell too early. If you're up, it is a mistake to hold too long and not realize gains at all. But anyway, the opportunities are going to come fast and furious, and there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of them. They won't stop until they stop. But point there is be smart. If you make a mistake, analyze what you did and what you can do better. Like, really do that. I don't mean just like mention it and then move on. I mean, sit with that trade, sit with that move, review everything from when you started research to taking your position, to any adjustments you made to when you sold. Analyze it and think of what you can do better. And also, I've never done this, but it's probably time to start is making notes. Make notes of your trades. Like, grab a piece of paper and like make notes of your trades and your thought process. I know that those next level traders do exactly that, and you probably want to copy what they do. All right, quickly onto the NFT market, then we're getting back to AI. What are you, weekly here? Let's get daily. All right, 15.2 mil in cross-chain sales yesterday. Our lowest day, wow, our lowest day in weeks. Yeah, in weeks. I wonder if we have to go back to October to see sales that low. Maybe early November. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks like early November. So sales down. I mean, holiday. You felt it on the timeline. X was slow, market slow. Yeah, even with bags up, it's just slow right now. Sellers actually up yesterday. Buyers up. Transactions up. More participants. That's certainly something we want to see. Average sale price down. And then trade profits still in the negative. Really rough stretch the past 3 or 4 days. Actually longer than that, but the past 3 days especially. Today, though, off to a really solid start here. This, by the way, loss harvesting. Last day of the year, almost $5 million in negative trade profits. Today, $710,000 in the positive. So, again, off to a decent start here on... Do we have a... Yeah, I'm thinking if we have a narrative or a term like to call 2025. I don't know yet. You know, like we got like Moonvember, October, that kind of... we need a title for this year because this is going to be a special bull run. Like, really. All right, look at your top collections here that are moving the market past 24 hours. It's Azuki on top. People getting ready for that anime coin. That's probably coming this month. Their 3-year anniversary coming up this month. Followed by Pudgy Penguins, D-Market, Guild of Guardian Heroes, Bitcoin Puppets, Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's a reason for puppets, by the way. Courtyard, Quantum Cats, Guild of Guardians, Avatars, Node Monks, and... Did I skip one? No. Man, whoever said PFPs were dead, never coming back. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half the collection ranking is PFPs. They will never die, guys. The PFPs will never, never, never die. I like it, Mike. Trying to always be buying and taking profits. Yeah. There's some kind of strategy you can probably work out. It's when you sell, like 15%, 10%, whatever it is, you tuck away in a wallet you never touch. Maybe even convert to stables, maybe. There's probably a point in the cycle where that's what you do, right? You sell it for ETH or SOL or Bitcoin or whatever, and maybe you leave it, but at some point you do that, convert it to stables, put it aside, don't touch it. That's your bear market funds. What's a good number for that, guys? 10%? 20%? Like, what's a good number to tuck away on every trade? Probably a decent idea to get in that habit. All right, your top sale in the past 24 hours. That's Punk 9208. Sold for 45, let's say 46 ETH, $153,000. You're pretty mid out there right now. Great sales, but pretty mid. A few sales over 100,000, 4 sales. All right, looking forward to getting like NFT season really kicking off. New mints coming. It's coming. We did see some rare sat sell, so that's cool to see on Magisat. So a rare sat selling for 0.41 Bitcoin. It's about $40,000. But there was a big one yesterday. It was a big one. Check this out. There we go. A block 9 sale. 1.9 Bitcoin, $185,000. People ask me if I think rare sats are worth investing in. I usually say no. Granted, there'll be times like this they will sell. Is it like a sector to focus on? To me, no, but also clearly some of them have value. Clearly some of them it is worth that. I don't know how big the market for it's going to be. I think the market exists in art for sure. Look, people are going to take those rare sats and inscribe stuff on them. And so it matters more like what the inscription is, like what's the art, what's inscribed on that sat. And it being on a rare sat just takes it to the next level, right? If you got a nice rare piece of art, let's say it's a Beeple, right? Picture this. Beeple comes to Bitcoin, and he's going to do this. Actually, I'm going to predict that this cycle, oh, man, you're seeing stuff like hit me live. Like, hang on. Prediction. Let's lock this in. All right, you've heard I've already predicted that we're going to get an ordinal cycle. We all agree there. I've also said we're going to get an art meta, right? We're going to have a few weeks. We might even have like a month and a half, 2 months that's hardcore art. We're not caring about PFPs. Like it's not PFP season. In fact, if we check the collection rankings, we're going to look and it'll be like half of them will be art collections on Bitcoin, on ETH, on Solana. We're going to have an art cycle, like a hardcore art cycle. And Beeple's always said he's interested in minting on Bitcoin. He just didn't think the UX was there. And he's right. I have a feeling that changes this cycle where the UX, UI all upgraded enough where he's like, oh, it's time. Beeple comes over to Bitcoin and mints this cycle. That's the prediction. And when Beeple does that, Beeple's the kind of guy that does an inscription on something like this. Maybe not the mega block 9 sat, right? Maybe not that one, but also maybe Beeple's going to inscribe on some kind of rare sat. And so whatever that artwork is worth, you increase it by X amount because it's on something rare. Again, it just adds to the story and the lore of that piece. Makes it extra special. There's the prediction, though. Beeple mints this cycle. It either is what kicks off the Ordinals art meta, or it happens during it and it sends it to some crazy heights. But this is going to happen. We're going to see an art meta on Bitcoin. Beeple's going to mint over here. Crazy euphoria on Bitcoin. It's why I collect art over there. Even without Beeple, I'm so sure that art meta is coming. But with Beeple, it does something really special. It's coming. There's the prediction. All right, back to AI. It's happening. Guys, everything you're seeing to date, by the way, if we look at Cookie, everything we're seeing... Oh, dudes, hang on. I had some browser issues earlier, so I took out a tab that was slowing me down. I wanted to lead with this. Let me throw this up on the screen. I wanted to lead with this because, again, for perspective, just to know where we're at, what's moving, why we've got such crazy predictions. Guys, Fart Coin this morning. It's a meme coin made by an AI. Technically, it wasn't made by AI. It was made by a person. Inspired by AI, though. $1.4 billion market cap, guys. Hit a new all-time high. Right? We're looking for benchmarks. We're looking for things to measure other cryptos against. Fartcoin, if we're talking the meme coin AI tokens, that's your leader, and it's just it's a really early sign of what's coming. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. All right, so that's just to give you some perspective on how silly this is getting. But okay, now I got to mention Fartcoin and AI16Z and virtuals and whatever. All that's happening without any T1 spot listings, guys. Dad, that's what's up. More Nval. Nval just is, we're definitely getting into Nval. Good morning, Six Hole. Guys, all of this token action, all this price action on those AI tokens, not a single AI T1 exchange listing. Spot. I'm talking Coinbase, Binance, Robin, none of them. We're seeing tokens in the billions with no T1 listings. Now, they got perps. And we got a couple new ones today, guys. We got AI16Z on Binance. Perps, not spot. It's not just AI16Z. It's Cerebro. It's Griff AI. Griff AI. I don't know how to say that fucking thing. So it's not just AI16Z. Look, they are setting the stage for these spot listings, and they're coming in prediction time. AI16Z at 2 bill, 2.2 bill. Do you guys remember my prediction? I guarantee, and you can tell me, please tell me if I'm wrong, but I guarantee nobody was throwing out predictions as high as I was until they are now. My prediction recently was 30 to 40 bill for AI16Z. Sounds crazy. And then I said, and I'm trying to remember which of you guys has some and you were telling me to stop because you hold some. You have a bag since 30 mil. And I said there's a scenario, and it's a crazy out there scenario, but there is a scenario where AI16Z is 100 bill. It's crazy, I know. except it's not. It's not. If you look at AI16Z not as a meme coin, not as an AI agent, but instead you look at it like we did at the start, that it's more like potentially a very interesting open source decentralized company. If you start looking at it through the lens of, oh, it's maybe something not quite like OpenAI, but it's not quite like anything else. In fact, it's probably closer to OpenAI than it is these other things. And again, that's 157 bill. And then you go look at the market caps of some of the top cryptos, in fact, the top 10 cryptos. And when I look at that, first off, I know that the way this list looks now is not how this is going to look in 5 years. We'll find another coin that enters that top 10, maybe even top 5. So forget Bitcoin, untouchable, basically $2 trillion market cap. Ethereum at 400 bill, not untouchable in the long run, but for a long while, yes. Now we start going below there. I'm going to skip Tether. We start looking at something like Ripple, 136 bill, or BNB 100 bill, or Solana 100 bill, or then you go to the meme coins like Doge, or you go to a blockchain token like Cardano, 34 bill. When I look at that as a product that has a 30-something billion dollar market cap, and then I start thinking about AI16Z like a product, like a company kind of. Again, a very, very Web3 kind of company. It's decentralized, it's open source, it's different. I like Emmy at 15. I still got that prediction. Emmy's going to 15. I still am sticking with that. If we go past a year, we're 12 months out from TGE. I don't think that happens. Too much supply. Emmy's going to 15. Yeah, I've not changed my mind on that at all. Not at all. AI16Z, 30 to 40. And when I mention you're not hearing other people say that, but you might be starting to now, yeah, they're starting to. Okay, Mando's saying that buyers, other people are starting to value AI16Z like Ripple at 200 bill. Mando is maybe teasing a little that I think he sees that value. And he's saying for now, people have been valuing it like a meme. It's not that. Like, I'm not saying Mando thinks this is a $200 billion token, but I think he's thinking it's different. And it is different. It's absolutely different. You're going to see people brazen up those predictions. Yeah, Marty, I like that. I like that. Yeah, 15 by December 20. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I still got 15, especially that they're ramping up their DEX talk. It hasn't permeated yet, really, but they're starting to. That's what they had to do. That prediction relied on Magic Eden being a DEX, and they're starting to talk DEX talk. So yeah, I like 15. Okay, here's the thing. Watch the timeline. Watch over the next few weeks. Watch how people's predictions change about AIXBT. You're going to start seeing, you're already seeing 10 billion predictions. You're going to see a lot of those. You're going to see everybody, you'll see consensus around 10 bill. You're going to start seeing 20 and 30 bill and 40 bill. You're going to start seeing that. You have Taiki, I don't know, I don't say his name right, so whatever. This is your top trader on Binance. His prediction now is 20 bill. 20 bill for AI16Z. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to realize it's different. They're starting to realize it's a completely different coin. We compared it to things we're familiar with. We're familiar with utility tokens. We're familiar with meme coins. We compared it to those because that's all that exists here, really. But all of a sudden, AI16Z comes along. We compare it to that till we realize it's not that. Oh, yeah, this isn't that. This isn't one of those things. It's definitely a meme coin on top of a utility coin, on top of a way to invest kind of in a company, but also it's a fund. So watch for more of this on your timeline. Predictions of it going to 20 up to my silly 30, 40, 50 billion dollar prediction. And like I said, there is a crazy out there scenario. And I'll say this is over years, but there's a crazy out there scenario where AI16Z becomes one of these. A top 10 coin, which my 30-40 prediction would already put it there, would put it right here. There's a scenario where it maybe, this is out there too, but maybe becomes the top 5. As you can tell, I'm bullish on AI. I think everybody here is. And don't think crypto, just think AI. Bullish on AI equals a lot of value to this stuff. Maybe. Maybe. Crazy Crazy scenario where it's a top 5 token. It's a maybe. Entertain the idea at least, just so you get a little perspective on where this stuff is going as a whole. Just as a whole. 2.2 bill now. And by the way, the market cap for the total AI ecosystem already over almost $17.5 billion. It's getting so much higher, so much faster than I thought it would. Does that mean it reaches its peak earlier? And then that's still its peak? I know Mando initially predicted a 60 bill market cap. I think he's adjusted that up quite a bit. I see a lot of predictions now for 100 bill market cap for the entirety of the AI meme coin ecosystem. I'm in that camp. I'm in the 100 bill camp, but I'm also going higher now because again, it's growing faster. 17.5 billion right now. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty wild. Here's more with Eliza too. It's getting tons of upgrades, man. These upgrades aren't going to stop too. As of now, and actually, I need to try this. In fact, maybe we can pull the bull into a spaces. But now, actually, let's peek at that GitHub. Eliza can join spaces. Can it talk? Right? There's apps out there that you can have your AI speaking. Yeah, Mike, exactly. That guy, incredibly smart. Mike, what do you think about his thoughts on AI16z? 20 bill prediction. You like the price around there? People like him and listen to him. I think you definitely should be if you're not already. And at the very least, AI16z is much closer to a 20 bill market cap than it is 2. It's got a lot of room. All right, here we go. I just want to see some details. I've not looked at this yet. Does it give us details? Twitter Spaces plugin. Automatic space. Okay, so we can launch a space. Interesting. Okay, so agents can launch a space. They can set the times. Can it speak? Yeah, can these speak? Okay, attach plugins like an audio recording. If you can't do that like out of the gate, like right out of the box, if you can't have it speaking, there will be a plugin for it to speak. Like it already exists. Dude, this is interesting. It maintains the speakers on the stage. It sets like a time limit for people to speak. Dude, really interesting. This stuff's growing fast. It really is. Yeah. Marty, Emmy, I don't know the price now. Is it 2? Last I saw it was like 2.5 or so. I'm not sure right now. Yeah, Mike. I like that. I'm with you. Yep. Talk about AI16Z. It's the sandbox for AI agents, not just crypto tokens. Exactly. To me, this has appeal outside of crypto. To me, that has a different kind of appeal that's going to get people that are just into tech. And then separately, when that gets those T1 listings, it gets investors. Good old traditional investors may start flowing into AI16Z for exposure to that. Plus, you start telling them, hey, you hold AI16Z, you actually got to earn other tokens. October 25th, when that fund expires, you're going to get a big old bag of tokens. Crazy. Man, again, if we talk about, I want to see if there's audio on this. If we're talking about why this is different, why my and others' predictions are now getting so high. We've already talked about AI replacing jobs. We've talked about UBI. We've just talked about so many things coming. Quantum computing, which AI is going to play a big role in it. Robotics. AI is going to play such a key role in it. You got to believe that a robot like this is going to have its soul will be AI. And so the way AI is going to keep growing, it's why even $100 billion market cap prediction for that ecosystem doesn't make sense. It feels way too low. I think individual AI tokens can hit $1 billion all on their own. If Doge, just look at Dogecoin. If Doge can hit 100 bill, the top tier AI tokens absolutely can. And we're talking years down the road still. At some point, it accelerates really fast. We get to that part where, crypto's a $100 trillion market. It's like Raoul Pal says, in 5 years, the economy is going to be unrecognizable. Here, let's see if we got audio here. Robotics. When you think of AI, at least for me, I start thinking that stuff too. I look at that. And I see AI. It's just one of the things that I check. I put in that column of AI that I start thinking value. I start predicting what's its ceiling? Where can it really go? This is part of it. I add that to it. All right, let me pump your Nval bags. How about that, guys? I got bags too. Well, I've got 1.7 million, 1.6 million Nval tokens. And I bought at the top, and I bought all the way down. This is why DCAing in helps quite a bit. If you have conviction in something, I bought all the way down in the 2 mil range. So when it goes from, like, let's say 2 mil up to 3 point, I actually hit 4.7 mil this morning. You're 2x. You got a 2x just from that little move. So Nval, you guys, if anybody new is watching, I won't do the whole spiel, I don't think. But bullet points, why I like it. Tiny market cap. Chad Dev. Board Elon Musk. Total Chad. Guy with incredible connections out there. Elon Musk. Elon Musk engages with Board Elon Musk. Tweets at him, retweets it. Like right there is a little, I don't know if they're friends, but remember Board made a prediction that Elon Musk is going to tweet at or about this Patchwork Nval agent. I'm betting on that. That's part of my bet here, is on that. Let alone Board's connections to exchanges. He's talking to Binance for a Binance futures listing. Or, I'm sorry, Binance alpha listing. Could be futures at some point. There's conversations happening with that already. He's got connections to a lot of celebrities, really big names. That's part of the bet here. The AI metaverse, or I should say the metaverse meta, is going to cook again in a big way, in a big, big way. Board has a metaverse called the Edison Metaverse, who partners with OpenSea. Right, OpenSea's already done a stream with Board for the Edison Metaverse. So we're going to see Nval living in that metaverse. We're also going to see Nval as part of Project 89's game. Right, they've got a ARPG. Naval's going to be one of the main characters in that game. So metaverse thing starts popping off again, and people will see that tie into AI. I'm not telling you Naval's going to $1 billion. I don't know if Nval goes to 500 mil. I used to think it would automatically, and I have to adjust. Like I am absolutely adjusting my predictions as things go, as the landscape changes. Naval's not some like groundbreaking, world-changing agent. I don't know if it gets to 500 mil. It has that possibility, like I say, where AI16Z can go to, in a crazy scenario, 100 bill or even 50 bill. I don't know if it gets there. I think there's a scenario where each of those is possible. There's a scenario where 500 mil is possible for Nval, but my bet at this point is the market cap is so low, 37 mil is a 10x, and I feel like that's damn near a slam dunk. This agent also will be trading polymarket, so prediction market, and the money it makes rolls back into the token, rolls into the treasury, used for advertising, used for hopefully T1 listings. So those top agents, like the predictions we were doing, in the billions, right? For the top agents, they'll see billions in market caps. The mid-tier ones, like I think Nval is going to be, this isn't a bottom-tier throwaway agent. I think it's a nice mid-tier agent with connections to Shaw from AI16Z too, by the way. I still think Shaw helped make the agent. But the mid-tier agents are going to be in the hundreds of mils. Maybe 100 mil, maybe 200, 300. Part of that peak euphoric part of the market, they'll all be overvalued, and I am happy to say they're all overvalued. They will be. They are now. They will be even more, and they'll come back down to reality. But for a period of time, the mid-tier agents will all be in the hundreds of mil. 100, 200, 300, yeah. I'm sorry, this goes to a 300 mil market cap. You're at 100x. I'll take a 50x. But man, I'm playing for a 20, 30, 40x. And I see that as something that isn't just doable, but I see that as the most likely outcome for it. And it's like these guys are saying, like Alex Becker here. Gamichan, there we go. The AI token market cap's 15 bill, 17 bill now, you saw. If it goes to 100 bill, and it is going to, that means pick anything decent, you're going to get a 5 to 10x. It's that simple. It's that simple. That was the thesis for Nval when it was at 17 mil market cap. It's the same thesis now. It just has so much more room to fly now. Alex Becker agreeing. You don't have to do anything clever. Pick something competent. Pick something that's just decent. Pick something that's just better than a garbage rug, a garbage throwaway thing. Pick something that's better than just it's plugged into X and it chats, right? It's got to do more. And if it does more, man, a 5 to 10x is coming to all of them. Yeah, so a 10x again, 37 mil. 27x puts us at what, 75 mil? A 20x puts us at 75 mil. I'm sorry, but easy plays are out there. That happens by default. That would happen, in my opinion, without this, without his connections. To me, 75 mil happens without any of this. But these are what make me so sure that that's going to happen, and it's what gives it potential to do something sillier. So we'll pump those Nval bags. Let's peek at Nval. Let's peek. Again, this morning got to 4.7 mil. Last I saw it pulled back to 3.7. Whatever the price is now, I don't even care. Yeah, it's 3.8 mil now. Good looking past, day or two here. Let's go the hour chart, zoom all the way out. Because I don't see any way Nval's not at the very least. I still think that 10x is the very least, but gets back to where it was. 18 mil. So you basically have a 5x just to get back to its all-time high, which, all things considered, compared to other agents, is pretty damn low. Yeah, I like Nval a lot. If I were more liquid, I would keep adding to that, but I'm kind of all in on my tokens now. I've kind of got my my bags packed, and maybe didn't play this perfect where I'm not liquid, but I'm all in on Nval. I'm all in on Pengu. Those are my big bets, and I'll be rotating back to ME because I think ME is special. Mike Bennett, remember the CEO of Microsoft said AI agents replacing software and apps as we know them. Yeah, hard to wrap our little... Yeah, dude, exactly. In fact, I should have bookmarked something. I might still have it. That's the conversation. That's the conversation about AI, their applications. It's all the apps and websites we use now repackaged with AI, and packaging them with AI means they can actually do more. They're more interactive. There's a lot more to the AI stuff, man. They're not little chat box, and they're not a little one-off utility thing. They are, it's an evolution on everything. Everything. Every site you use just got better because of the AI agents. Price these accordingly, guys. All right, AIXBT. I love that rascal, man. AIXBT had recently changed his PFP to a quantum cat. He said yesterday he was going to change to a Bitcoin puppet. He didn't do it. Instead, he changed his PFP right back to his original PFP, which is pretty freaking funny. Changes the PFP when the signals align. It shows me. Yeah, he's starting to talk about not wanting to... Yeah, he's not wanting to pump people's bags, per se. He will do it again. Also, I don't think he had, I think as people called out, he doesn't have a puppet in his wallet. I don't know if he can change his PFP to that. But he did change it off of a quantum cat. Speaking of which, did the price go down? Like we saw with Elon Musk, right? When Elon Musk changed his name, the token price of Kekius, whatever, plummeted. Quantum Cat's, no. Quantum Cat's actually up in the past 24 hours, although I think that change came this morning, 3.6 Bitcoin here. And Puppet's not falling off either from him not changing the PFP. Regardless, he will change that PFP back. He will. He'll be a Quantum Cat again. He talks glowingly about these guys. He likes them. He likes Udi. So that change will happen at some point. God, PFP's price is looking great. Man, frogs up. Happy for Gravier to see that. Yeah, looking good. Honestly, looking good. And if anything, if it's flat, I think is good. If we're in a little accumulation period here, good. Because this next leg up is going to be violent here. In fact, maybe a good point to peek at floor prices on Solana and on ETH, just to get a feel for where we're at. Man, those critter quests from... Well, it's a Beanie-backed project, but Beanie's been bull posting about these for going on a week or so here. These are cooking, man. I'm shocked. I did not buy into the Beanie pump because I just didn't know if Beanie has that kind of magic anymore. He might, guys. He might have that magic still. He's got damn near 10 soul. Yeah, they're looking all right, man. Yeah, kind of regret not grabbing one. That said, the bags are packed. But nice to see, honestly. Nice to see Beanie have that kind of power, and it must mean that project's got some good substance anyways. AI16Z partners up 3.5. I think that's an interesting play, by the way. So Reborn at 5.5. So what I'm looking at real quick is the AI agent NFTs. There's a play in there. There's a play in all the meme coin NFTs. All the kind of, that's where the people consider like the cult plays. Right? Even on ETH, things like Project Eon, Mog Auras, which are dirt cheap right now. We'll peek at those too. There's your play right now, is that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think I see a pretty good opportunity in that stuff. Let me think here. What's another culty NFT? Right? Like a meme coin NFT. There's Pixel Moves. I think these are great. Not financial advice. I think these are great trades. Now all the attention isn't all focused on them. That's really when you want to buy them. Fart NFT. Is that the fart coin one? Yeah, it is, man. These feel, wow. These maybe feel kind of cheap. 1.3. Yeah, those maybe feels a little cheap. All right, hang on real quick. I got to get, let me see if Jay Squiggle's coming on. Yeah, sorry. Time really got away from me. All right, give me a second. I'm going off camera for a second. We'll be back with Jay Squiggle. BRB. I completely lost track of the date. I forgot it was Thursday. Oh, baby. All right, Jay Squiggle coming on. We'll talk some art. He's got some platform updates, too. Let me knock out a couple things before. Fartcoin, the Fart NFT might be a thing. It might be a thing. Let me blitz through the rest here. Buy the ticker Nval, guys. Good Lord. Good Lord. What else we got? AIXBT off the rails a little bit. Off the rails a little bit. Somebody asked what AI tokens does he dislike. He shouted out Virtual, the platform he was born on. Fucking amazing. Dude, amazing. That's incredible. Yeah, no, AIXPT doesn't like Virtual. I think he's shit talking. They're good. They're cool. They're bros. Yeah, Magora's, well, hang on, let me go through these. Board mentioned he worked hard. Oh, he worked on the holidays on Patchwork. Good. Okay, really cool. If he's the first metaverse to be a sandbox, you know what? I don't think he is, like, realist and stuff like that. Has got I don't want to say a head start, but, like, there's other AI metaverses that are already here. They're basically here. He didn't have to be first. He just has to get attention. OpenSea. Here's, I'll say this. Let's do this, and then I'm going to get Jay Squiggle up here. Edison, OpenSea. Jay Squiggle, you all good? You want to come up? Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, welcome, brother. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year.
Good to be here, man.
All right, hang on. Okay, I'm just going to show, it's like alpha, whatever. I'm just going to share a quick thought. I think it's about to be OpenSea season. I think it's pure hopium, but I feel like their airdrop, their token drop might be better than people are thinking based on nothing. I don't know. It's just a feeling that they might really surprise people. If OpenSea becomes main character again, guys, okay, then OpenSea has a great relationship with Board. I think he advises for them. Great relationship there. OpenSea's already partnered with him just a few weeks back to show off his Edison metaverse. Okay, so then picture these stars aligning. We have the metaverse meta back. We have OpenSea as a main character. We have the AI agent from Board, that Nval agent, and put those all together. He did say they're going to do this again, and Nval's going to be in it. So we might have OpenSea showing off Nval here in the next few months, guys. Again, one of the many reasons I think Nval is a very, very interesting play. We'll talk Pengu and Emmy token tomorrow. Let's do some art talk, man. What's going on? What are you up to? By the way, how was your holiday?
Dude, it was good. It was just like super relaxed. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, just life with a 3 and a 6-year-old and a pregnant wife.
Damn, I didn't know that, man. Congrats.
Oh, I thought I had shared. I apologize. Yeah, so we rounded out the hat trick of boys.
That's awesome, man. How far along is she?
I think 5 months.
Okay, dude, yeah. Super cool.
Yeah,
3's a good number. It's a good number for the kids.
I'm excited. I have to say that, but I'm also like, you could go for, like, everybody talks about going from like one-on-one like coverage to like zone for a basketball analogy, and that's got me a little bit of like kind of like trying to reorient my framework. But
yeah,
I'm excited. I honestly thoroughly enjoy being a father. I didn't realize being a dad would be as fulfilling as it has been. So in that sense, I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever know till you have it, and then you realize the thing people talk about. It's like, I get it now.
I had children late, and it was so many people, whether it was business associates or friends, were like, "Oh, dude, you won't know the level of joy and love until you have a kid." And I was like, "Yeah, I got it." And I was close with my niece, right? So I was like, I got it. Like this, it makes sense. Like blood, like close, like. But then you have a kid, and it's like it completely changes shit.
Yep. Yeah, you can't even fathom. For what it's worth, I found that going from 2 to 3 didn't feel different. In fact, like there's part of it feels easier. I don't know why. Like there's parts where it's more work, or was for me. Mine are older now. But yeah, I found like it didn't make a difference at that point. For whatever reason, I don't know. Dude, take us into the world of art. Like what's been happening the past week, milestones, big sales, and then you've got an awesome 8NAP announcement from a day or two ago.
Yesterday, we wanted to kick the new year off with a big announcement, so we did. Overall, it's been pretty quiet. I mean, there's a couple little things like a lost Robbie. It wasn't like very public, but a lost Robbie like changed hands, and that was like over OTC. That was like $600,000. And for anybody who doesn't know what like a lost Robbie is, it's actually it's one of those. It's kind of funny. It's early AI. It's not like the earliest. It's not the first. But I can't remember which auction house had an auction, and they gave away 300 physical cards where you could then claim a lost Robbie, and it came from Robbie Barat. The reason why they call them the lost Robbies is because, and they were given away for free. Robbie Barat was like a pioneer in AI art, and the reason why they call them lost Robbies is only like roughly 52 have been claimed of the 300.
Crazy.
So there's like this allure. I am aware of at least 3 like physical cards that have not been claimed that are out there for sale. So then you start to get into like, so there's some interesting dynamics there. There you go. You have it on screen. I think that they are incredibly unattractive, but like when you understand the story and the allure behind it. It's kind of weird where you can like, it's that rose colored glasses. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, they aren't so bad. Like I could put that on my wall, or it looks like a overcooked like Thanksgiving turkey to me. But this is like their nude portraits is what it's supposed to be in early AI interpretation. So that one I thought was really cool. I think that there's something. I don't know because you have Jedi up here. I don't know if it was Jedi or somebody else was able to actually collect a Lost Robbie with the physical card. So a lot of them have been divorced from one another, meaning somebody claimed it, threw it away. Like that's what I would have done, like thrown away the card. So I think that there's like this interesting subsect around collectability of like completeness, and I'm wondering from a you know a longevity standpoint, like does that have any sort of bump if there is the claim card, or even like let's say there's 3 claim cards out there that haven't been claimed, like is the blockchain's immutable, right? Like it's a public ledger. Like is there going to be something later on that says like this was claimed at a later date? Does it become less important? Is there more importance on somebody who claimed it in the first day, the first week? Like you just start to like have all of these like questions that arise from it. So to me, again, the Lost Robbies are less about like, hey, have this beautiful piece of artwork on your wall, and it's more about like what I think is very powerful for Web3, which is the storytelling, the allure. Like 6529 had an incredible thread that just came out over, I think it was yesterday. Maybe I can find it and send it to you. But he talked about this like concept of like NFT art, and I'm gonna talk about it on my show tomorrow a little bit more. But like, there's about something about he basically saying like we're in the last innings of having attainable art, if that makes any sense. And he starts to break it down. Yeah, it's kind of like right here. He
In
talks
this
about
thread,
like,
or
he does so many damn good ones. It was a 61 piece thread, so
damn, he does
yeah.
great threads though. Yeah.
But like when he leans into it, like he's just such a great thought leader and goes hard into like these concepts. But I'm going to butcher the concept, and I probably won't do it justice. Anybody who's out there, take a look at it. But the concept here is, there's going to be some generational art. There's going to be exceptional art, and he starts to break it down. He uses arbitrary numbers, but like he claims like there's going to be 30,000 like exceptional pieces of art, like 10,000 of which are punks, which is a really interesting perspective. Then he talks about like consensus and like what's already been established, new entrants and the likelihood of ascending all of these kind of like different ranks. And I thought that was like a really interesting thing. Why do I say all that? If you're into art, even have a consideration of art, I think 2025 is going to be amazing. A little bit of newfound disposable income, and you want to diversify into art. This is like a really good thread to think about. And it's something that I've been really ideating around a lot, which is, and I've been using ChatGPT about it. I think I briefly mentioned it a couple months ago, but there's this concept of like value accruing to top assets. And for example, I charted the value of a Michael Jordan rookie card, right? But I charted it in like it goes up over time. But then what I charted was the difference between anybody who's not familiar, you can get them graded. PSA is the quote unquote premier grading location, and they grade 1 through 10. There's very, very little number 10s. And the value accrual of a 10 versus like a 7. A 7 looks good, but a 10 is like flawless, right? And they go like this. Like the 10 just skyrockets at an astronomical realm because anybody who has money, anybody who grew up with, not anybody, but like people with money collect cards and grow up with Jordan, that's their grail. So there's a low supply, high demand. And I think that what 6529 is leaning into this thought piece about is like there's art and there's going to be exceptional art. And there's going to be, if you're looking at it as a value accrual mechanism, there's going to be a very limited number of pieces that accrue value at a higher rate, is the way I read into it. But those are still available right now. And he's basically saying when institutions and billionaires figure this out, good luck. They're not going to be attainable anymore. And I think that there's something really interesting about that right now. And his big thing is like new artists, like you may have missed the mark on that of being quote unquote one of the like transformative or first or whatever narrative you want to assign to that. But he's saying that doesn't mean that like you've missed your moment, right? Like, and he gives it an example. I forget the exact example, but like a rising tide lifts all ships, and it's pretty early in there. And it's like he kind of talks about how like historically, like this did well, and then that did well, like, and everybody came up with it. And so for the art market, I love 6529. His team is exceptional. I had the pleasure of meeting Bat Supiam and Marfa, and it just gave me even further conviction about like how amazing the 6529 team is, and just the amount of like thought leaders in this. The thing about it too is like it's not just like thought leaders, like they're putting out quality content. They're putting out quality content on a consistent basis, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. Like I think Batsoup just posted about this, but like he's been shorting meme stocks, and it's been extremely fruitful for his this moonshot, by the way, just released. It's the first one of the year. Moonshot is Patrick Amadon's 6529 card. I don't know how many of them there are, but yeah, this is by the way, I love Patrick. Two things. One, he's just a good person. Like you talk to him and you realize that like the guy's like intelligent and artistic and influenced by like all the right stuff. But he's just like so that was one, he's a good dude, but two, he's just like he's an exceptional artist, and we're gonna do something fun this year with 8nap art, so I'm excited.
That's fucking cool. I
Yeah.
really like that guy. I've collected him for not a lot of his stuff, but for a minute, but followed his stuff, and he's very cool. Dude, that's really cool to hear.
Most people don't know this, but I found him through he has some editions on Tezos. And its object, and like there's one in particular it's like a rose, and some other he has a variant of roses, and it's glitch art, and I really fell in love with it. I like even back when we were doing Collectors Corner weekly podcast and stuff, I highlighted it for a long time. Like I was like, man, these are beautiful. But like he's starting to catch there may not be okay, there is a space there.
He's climbing to a different level. Are these
Yeah.
Rose Prime? Yeah, man.
Yeah, but then he has like that glitch lion that's up there, the glitch wolf. Like I don't know, like there was just these like you said, like these roses are 1200 Tez. Like they're editions of 7. They never come up. I don't know, man. Like I've literally thought about like how can I collect a whole set of these things, because I mean I'm a believer of like art is art. I think in 10 years nobody's be like, oh, the Tez poll was such a flop. Like how could you collect on Tezos? Like but yeah, these are amazing pieces. I really wish I would have given it more attention when Tezos was a lot less.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. We had a great opportunity over the past year to really go collect, such discounts over there.
Yeah, but
it-
so Patrick released his 6529 card. That moonshot I think is very emblematic. The thing I think about like that is low key one of the most amazing aspects about Patrick is he's so in tune with the space and so technically advanced. Most people don't realize it. Like, oh, this is cool art. He's so far ahead of most people. It's incredible. He's truly a talent in this space, and even walking around Marfa with him or Basel, like people were just like, I didn't walk around with him in Basel. I didn't go to Basel, but like everybody just like gravitates to him. He's got this particular energy and aura about him. Like if I were to, and I have like, I love his art, and I think he does exceptional work. It's going to be really interesting to see him grow as an artist. I think he has a very bright future.
Yeah, I love it, man. Great art. Also, what a collection here. This is 6529's. One of
Uh,
his collections.
Yeah, so the goose like resides in the fund. So 6529 has a couple different fund seasons for like when he did raises. There's the museum, which is actually, I forget how it works out, but I believe it's some of the profits from meme cards and other stuff get like rolled into the museum, and then that's how they acquire these pieces.
It's incredible stuff. I had a question or a comment somewhere in there. What the hell was it? I can't remember if it was about the Jordan analogy. What the fuck was it? I hope it comes back. Raoul Pal also did a really interesting thread, really close to the end of last year, but about art and how it's appreciating and how significant it is. Similar to this, like 6529 takes it a little different direction, kind of, but they're talking about the same thing at least, and both of them that art is special. What I say often that we throw around historic way too casually here, and we do, but that there also is some, like you're saying, the 30,000 or so. There is some that actually is historic. What's some? Oh, I remember. What is the most affordable, most accessible collection out there or individual piece that like is historic?
In my opinion, Squiggle. I still
I
think
had that queued up.
yeah. I mean, like a punk is, and squiggles are expensive, right? I mean, they're still about like $20,000, which is like it's like, oh, this is an affordable one. I don't want to be highbrow about this, but you know, if you just go by 6529's analogy or analysis of there's 30,000 out there and 10,000 are punks, like a punk entry to a punk right now is like $150,000, $160,000 or whatever the math turns out to be, right? Like 40 ETH floor at 4K ETH, roughly speaking, right? So, I mean, that's real money to. I mean, that's a down payment to a house. That's a house in some parts of America and in the world, it's definitely a house, right?
Mhm.
So, I find that to be largely inaccessible. I don't have a punk personally, full disclosure. I want one, maybe next cycle, and if some things play out. I I just think that like one of the most underrated people in the space is Snowfro. I mean, not only does he have an exceptional collection, not only is he an exceptional person, and like when I tell you he's an exceptional person, like I feel like I'm gloating. Like, oh, Patrick's amazing. Oh, 6529 does great. Like, because we're highlighting great people. Like, Snow is like literally, I don't know anybody who has met Snow and has had a negative thing to say about him. Like, I get people tell me a lot of stuff off camera and whatnot. Like, I hear a lot about a lot of people. Some of it negative. I will put my hand to whatever you want me to. Not one person has had one thing negative to say about Snow. Like that, somebody can say something negative about me. I'm pretty sure there probably has been. Like, I just think that there's something really incredible about Snow, and I think when you look at him as a person, what he did with art blocks, what he did for the genre of generative art, like it's just so transformative. And I think you start to see that with this asymmetric value, because I try to look at like he has the forward slash project and like that's really cool. It's accessible, but like it's just not squiggles. Like you look at even like I saw he did this thing for Bright Moments called 100 Untitled Spaces, small 100-piece set. I think I just saw a WETH for like 0.9, which is insane because pre-mint the Bright Moments passes for Snowfall we're going for 30 ETH.
Wow.
I mean, like it was insane. So like Jay Squiggle, I can only imagine the comments coming in about my love for squiggles, but I do think that there's a really an interesting opportunity here, and I think that it's because like I think Life in West America has a chance to do that. That's 4 ETH. I would put Lost Robbies up there. I would put a line draw is a really interesting. If you want to get like go really far out on the risk curve, a line draw could have like a really interesting one of those. I don't know if it's like in the top 30,000, maybe it's like the top 40, 50,000, lifetime 10 years from now. I have a full disclosure. I do have a bag of a line draw, ALIGN
Oh,
draw, and it's a one
these
word.
minted recently, didn't they?
about a year ago.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's like,
Dude.
so this is a really interesting one. Um, this is artwork that was done before the blockchain that was put onto the blockchain, but the artist behind this was actually the first person to ever do text to image. He like basically kind of invented that. And what a line draw is the outputs for those. So he had these like prompts, and there's these outputs. I can go deep into like the subtleties of it. But even if you look at the chart of this thing, it has like I think it was actually Jedi Wolf who posted about this, that it's showing the same chart as early Squiggles, like
Wow.
before it like rocketed up. There's something I really love about this project. I think historically, I think there's a lot of like controversy of like, oh, it's pre-blockchain, but now it's on the blockchain. Is it legit? Which is like really interesting because it gets people like really emotional and heated on both
Which is the
sides.
best.
But
I love
on
it.
both sides, right? Like, so
Yeah.
the people who are defending it are like defending it for all the right reasons. Um, but more than that, like you've probably seen, maybe you've seen it. It's on my timeline because I've curated that to be art. There's like a parentheses and it says 2015, and then a lot of people do like these memes about it and then pixelate stuff. Because look, kind of like the Lost Robbie, these are not attractive. Like I think they're interesting. I think like full disclosure, I have them on my display for my white walls that go in my living room, and every time it comes up, somebody was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, funny you should ask," right? Like, and that is what I love about these, is that like it engages people. People start to have like, "Oh, why is this important? Why is this there?" So I think there's a really interesting. I even had a post like, I'll never forget. I was buying these. I was at NFT Paris. I was buying them, and my son was sitting on my lap, and we bought 3 of them in the lobby of the hotel we were at. And I literally posted that day. I was like, this must have been what it was like for people to mint Squiggles when you just kept buying them and being like, this is something cool. This is something interesting. But why do people, I must be crazy. Like, what do I see that other people don't see?
Mhm.
Right. I mean, even like on the bottom, uh,
Where was that? Here?
yeah, like
Or
like right there in the bottom middle, like that's a low color spread slinky. Like that's a fairly rare piece. Again, 6 ETH. It's not saying it's cheap, but I mean, like a low color spread slinky, I think is there's something like very brilliant about them. They're gorgeous. Like that one in particular is actually one that I've like contemplated buying. It's changed hands a lot lately. I've contemplated buying it every single time it comes
man.
up.
Dude, just a heads up, just so we can fit in your project and the drop that's coming. I have about 5 minutes to go. Um, separately, we should do like just a whole, if you got time for it, over the next few weeks, maybe, but just a really good setup. Like a one-off show that's about art and prepping people for what I feel like's coming this year. So like this kind of stuff, but deeper dive.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
something. There just needs to be a good full show about art. Also, Chromie Squiggles is like the one thing that gets like the shittier part of me comes out, and I get jealous. Like I do, I actually get bad
Oh,
feels with it because it's like it's the one that got away, kind of, or that you didn't play right and get one when they were more affordable. And it's special, but that's I think top of the list as far as need to make it happen. So
yeah, and I
crazy.
think that like, look, a normal squiggle, you can joke on it all you want to, but something like this that's on screen, it is rarer, and I think that like this being close to the floor is just something that ages pretty well. Again, not financial advice. I probably should say that, but it is something that has my attention.
I love it. I love it, man. All right, let's do some eight nap. Excuse me. Boom. Big
So,
announcement.
Metamorphosis is the new release by Redrum, and I'm super excited for this because it's going to be Redrum. For those who are not familiar, is an AI artist who focuses a lot of his creation around kind of the. Actually, I'll say it right now. That's a piece from the Metamorphosis
Oh shit.
collection, right?
Oh, I love it. It's very different
Um,
for him.
well, so here's the thing: it's distinctly Redrum, right? Like you see it in the teeth,
Mhm.
but it is different compositionally. And I think that Metamorphosis, I'll let him, we're going to do some like long form interviews and recording and cutting this stuff, but he'll do it more justice. But Metamorphosis at the end of the day is about evolution and changing, right? And this to me was a really, I believe this is going to be a great collection for him because it's the metamorphosis, the evolution of Red Rum, and he's able to capture a lot of this. I love this piece in particular because these pieces are intended to be displayed on big, like not on your mobile, but on the large screen. Because you can zoom into like there's that like looks like a black hole, but then it's got like some detail out there, right? Like the amount of detail in this, it's like a world, right? Like he created this world within his pieces, and he's just got this like exceptional level of detail. He's integrated almost like post photography type of tweaks onto some of his pieces. Like I'll kind of give one of them away. Like there's an alligator that's like coming at you, but it's got like two eyes like a normal alligator, and then like this like random alligator off to the left, right? None of these are metamorphosis, but I mean you can kind of see here he's like playing with like landscape a little bit.
God, he's really great.
Yeah, and like so these pieces are really fun. He's an Italian artist for those who don't know. So like we really tried to lean into a lot of so Metamorphosis is about like an evolution of life, of artists, him as an artist. Like there's just this like evolution that theme that goes throughout, and it's really really cool. He broke it down into 7 chapters. So what we're trying to work on is like this connectivity. I love that one, by the way. This connectivity throughout collections. So his last collection was 7, right? And he dropped that on Brain Drops. That Sun one is Metamorphosis. I probably shouldn't start picking all these out.
This here?
Yeah.
Nice.
But he has 7 chapters, and each chapter has different varying levels of pieces. So there's gonna be like rarity within it, but he has 7 chapters to correspond to 7, his previous collection. And he's very thoughtful with how this all like comes together. And it's just these pieces there's gonna be a little bit of something for everybody. Even so much so that like I flashed a couple up on my screen the other day and asked my wife what her opinion was, and she's like, on the mobile, she's like, oh, these are cool. Oh, that, yeah. Now he's posting a lot of these universe ones, but I will say they're not all universe because this represents 1 chapter. So what's really cool is like there's going to be a lot of different aesthetics for everybody, and there's going to be 1, maybe 2 that are like complete curveballs for him, and that's what gets me excited. Is like they're unique enough and they're exciting enough.
Is this part of it too?
That might be an experimental one. I don't know if that made the final cut.
Okay, it's really cool.
Yeah. It might be, honestly, because I know we were talking about some of that stuff. Click into that flower one.
Here?
Scroll up. There.
Oh, God.
So, Metamorphosis, right? Like, so I'm dropping probably more here than I should, but it's just going to be it's a fun project. And again, you start to see the level of detail. It's not just about the red character. I mean, this is a beautiful composition, right? Like, you got amazing landscape, the flowers. I don't know about you, but I could just see like sitting in this flower field, the wind rolling off your back. You can kind of see some of the flowers curving in a certain way. Like it makes a lot of sense, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great project, and I think that this is really his like ascension into like the next level. Like this is truly like something that's like I loved 7. I really enjoyed this one more because and it's not to say 7 was bad. It was just like I love being a part of this process. I love seeing the artists grow and develop. So now that I've gloated about Red enough, in the interest of time, January 28th, the details about price and the mint window and all of that will be forthcoming as we figure that stuff out. Honestly, I'm a little bit optimistic about crypto in the month of January. So we aren't being public about it because we want to be fair, honestly. And I don't want to publish a price now and then ETH goes up 50% and all of a sudden we're like, like just joking, right? So follow 8nap_art for the official announcements. We do have some really, really amazing artists. I think we pinned the Metamorphosis, but I alluded to it. Patrick Amadon. I have an amazing AI artist coming up. Ren. Corey Haber is going to be releasing an edition by Jake Inez. there's just we're really doing some fun stuff, and then about to close a couple other artists for the year. So I'm like,
wow,
really great momentum. There is a pass, so the pass guarantees you a mint, and sometimes at a discounted price. So if you're worried about it, especially coming into this season, yeah, this is the right one. There's a couple people who put some on like Polygon and different chains, so
yep.
just be mindful of that. But yeah, really fun project with Red Rum, and honestly, gonna do some fun stuff this year. I'm excited. I really feel like this is a foundational year for growth and consistency.
Dude, you have a hell of a year lined up, like on deck here. And you said growth a couple times. That's what struck me when I saw those previews, some of those pieces from the collection. It's like, man, it is Red Rum, but it's like the next level Red Rum, which is what you should, I don't know, expect from an artist, but you maybe expect to see it. I mean, these guys are always growing and learning just like we are in whatever our craft is. And man, he's getting fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, and these are like, I think, like more relatable pieces, and I just think that like it's traditionally red but relatable, and I think like the composition on these things are awesome. And the thing that I've been loving about is like we've been working together on this for like 8 months, right? Like, so these are projects that, it comes out and it's on people's timeline. No, this isn't really, but these are like labors of love, and it's been an absolute honor to be able to work alongside, like Delta, Rich, and Rick, and now Red, to have a lot of these come to life and fruition. Like there's so much that I need to like document at some point that happens behind the scenes. And for me personally, like I really lean into this concept of collectability. So like the metadata is gonna be super fun. There's gonna be honorary pieces. I'll say it right now. There's a Squiggle honorary. There's a couple Squiggle honorary pieces. There's honoraries to AIXBT. Like there's just so many fun pieces that are in the collection. And like once they're an honorary, they're amazing. But at the same time, like they don't like just scream like, oh, this is an AIXBT or this is a Squiggle. Like he did it in like these like amazing ways. So anyways, incredible. I look forward to sharing more. We kind of identified the share pieces earlier over the weekend. So like a couple of the Squiggle ones will come out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
I love it, man. All right, we'll dive more into that over the next. We got about 4 weeks, and leading up to that, we'll talk plenty. But yeah, make sure you're following 8nap_art to keep up with that as well. Follow Jared at Jared_pause POZ. And of course, follow us here at Crypto Slam. It's Crypto Slam IO. Lots of cool shit coming. No cool shit this afternoon. No afternoon show. I'm pretty sure. Plan on no afternoon show. We haven't done one in almost 2 weeks, dude. It's weird. It feels weird, but we'll be back. I hope you guys have a great freaking day. Jared, thanks for coming like always, man. You're awesome.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys later. Peace.